Okay. It says I'm live. Okay. Are we back? Are we back? Y'all come on back in. Okay. So YouTube didn't care for that. Um, I guess they flagged my video. I've had like, I'm not monetized, so I've you all see I play news channels all the time. I guess it was the content that they weren't particularly fond of. Well, hey, let me see if I can just look at some other things. If they'll let me do that. I wonder if I could play the audio. Oh yeah, that was straight up YouTube. YouTube cut me off. Uh, they did not like the things that I was roping together. Um, I guess they figured, well, hey, we can at least ding him on this. Maybe they didn't like this picture either. I don't know. Oh, there's no medical information being given out. I don't know what's happening. All I'm talking about is what I'm talking about. So it's the copyright information is in the description. I guess I have to add it to this video now. Oh wow! So let me, matter of fact, let me do that right now before I have any more issues. Y'all should be able to come on in. Let me pull this up. Because, okay, we see how YouTube is doing. Like I said, like and share these videos. This is a small channel, a small platform, but hey, it isn't always about big numbers. It's about the quality of the content and the quality of the viewers. And you, my audience, anybody watching me, y'all got to have some common sense. So that's one thing that uh, we understand, that when black folks start talking with common sense and start asking questions, then people start feeling kinds of ways. Because, we just black folks and we just supposed to grin and bear all the abuse. And, when they're looking at trying to put us in certain spaces, maybe against our will, maybe not. Oh, y'all want to know something too? Not only did ScrewTube cut me off, they shut my damn phone off. My phone just reset, just out of the blue. So yeah, I guess I must be on to something, huh? Oh, we are just, tying things together. I guess that is a problem. Well, here, let me again put my disclaimer right here. We got the disclaimer in the description now. Saving some changes. All right, are we good? Are we good, YouTube? I mean, it was in the last video. You know what? How about I do this? I'll tell you what. Just in case. Last video. Okay, it sounds still cool. Well, that's good. Yes, 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 yes. And the show will go on. Okay, let me see. Can I? Let me get that. Okay, okay. I need to. Trying to get this pen. Can I do that? Please let me be able to do that. Oh Lord. Well, you know, I guess that does say something. See, we're doing something over here at the New Black Media. Just like I told y'all yesterday, um, we are all influencers. It's not just me or anyone else you see, it is all of us. Um, and, they don't like that. They don't like us coming together. One who cares, welcome. Black Love, of course, welcome. Oyella Arquette, of course, is one of the first ones back, if not the first. Let's see. Silent D, A.R. Mayat Bay, Conscious Outlaw. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. S. Mott. All right. All right, all right, all right. Queen Adia and Judah Queen. All right. Okay. Looks like we're back. One who cares. Yes, indeed. Okay, so y'all can see my fair use. All right, let's get back at it. Desmond Works, what's going on, bro? So let me see here. I'm gonna play because and share this video. And if you can still see the last one, share that, please, too. Uh, it looks like it's still there. It's just they cut off the stream. uh, yeah, they cut off the stream. Let's see. Mm, okay, well, I guess. Oh, let me play this little piece. This is from a movie, and since we are all very sensitive here, we are
1993.
not that. So this is a plot giveaway from a movie called The Long Kiss Goodnight. And I think it was what Lionstone or Lionsgate, one of them film. So yeah, did my best. Um, but I'm gonna play this real quick, and I want y'all just to listen to something, and I want you to think it's like, okay, so let's get refocused into where we were cut off at, understanding how these things we're hearing them beforehand. You understand what I'm saying? So same with when it came down to the Planet of the Apes, the I Am Legend, which we haven't got there yet, but it definitely feels like it's coming. And if you look at one and take the other, they're basically feeding into the same storyline that is literally playing out real time in our daily lives today. And clearly, the powers that be uh, do not want me conveying this truth. Well, it's because it's spiritual warfare. And they understand wisdom is power, knowledge is power, and being chosen, most of all, comes with power by itself. So if you are amongst those, which, hey, predictive programming, absolutely. And this is kind of my theory on that. If they could use it for such a negative, why not take that and flip it for the positive? That's why here we say Babylon is fallen, because we are speaking the past into the present and we're reaching to the future to make it so. Because, see, what's already written will be. So, all we are doing is just living it on this worldwide stage. And right now, we can just learn how to walk in our own excellence. Screw everybody else. If it ain't for us, then cool. Be for yourself. But we are going to be chilling together as a unit. That's what I think anybody in their right mind should look forward to, is being with yourselves. But understand, they do predictive programming because they also like I said, have to honor the law of the universe. And obviously, the law of the universe, they put it out. They just showed you how much they had a problem with me pointing out to you that they put it out. Go figure. So let me get that over here. Hopefully that takes me there. So I'm gonna play this little plot twist so you can hear it, and let me know if it sounds like anything, an event that may or maybe didn't take place allegedly. I'm about to start talking like Kwame Brown.
Fundraiser?
1993. World Trade Center bombing, remember? During the trial, one of the bombers claimed the CIA had advanced knowledge. The diplomat who issued the terrorist visa was CIA. It's not unthinkable they paved the way for the bombing, purely to justify a budget increase.
You're telling me that you're gonna fake some terrorist thing just to scare some money out of Congress?
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Hennessy, I've no idea how to fake killing 4,000 people. So we're just gonna have to do it for real. Oh, blame it on the Muslims, naturally. Then I get my funding. Good night, old girl.
Huh. Well, how about that? See, here's the thing. They understand black folks are visual, but we also are audio oriented as well. So, we have to always understand the tactics. But do you see, like Oyella Aket said, the predictive programming of that? What does that sound like to you? I think this other little piece I can play though. So let me see. Because this is not a movie, this is a clip collage. So I can play this. And again, this is for educational purposes, and we are looking at history through a view of real time news, past history, and Hollywood and media's input as well. That's all educational. So, you know, when we have to look at why my videos are being striked, that might have to be. And I mean, you're striking a video on a small platform. What does that say? Yeah, it means we're doing something over here they don't like. That's a trending movie right now on Tubi. Really? Which one? The I Am Legend or Planet of the Apes? That's what I want to know. Which one? Because I know I Am Legend has definitely been in the mouths of a lot of people here lately. I remember when I first saw I Am Legend, I was like, oh, okay, this is them talking about what they're doing. Oh, The Long Kiss Goodnight. The Long Kiss Goodnight is trending? Go figure. Well, hey, see again. What did you just say? What's done in the dark will be coming out in the light, and Lord, can't make this up, and you can't blame it on nobody either. Just being evil and wicked, and trying to control people by means of deception and propaganda, uh, lying, shit, just straight up lying. So let's see. Is this?
A stunning encounter.
Okay, and I'm not going to show you that, but because we know what happened. What I do want to show you is rest of that morning, which is really interesting. It's a reel of the news from that morning.
No bull. Michael Jordan hints he'll return to the court, this time as a Washington Wizard. Extensive coverage in this hour. There is something in the air.
It is 8 a.m. in Salisbury, North Carolina, 7 a.m. in Chicago, 5 a.m. in Calaveras County, California, where the news is being made on this Tuesday, September 11th.
From CNN.
Anyway, that's all coming up 8:01. Let's get to the top news stories of the morning. For that, we turn to Ann Curry.
Because now we have a camera. Katie Mattinell, thank you so much this morning. Good morning, everybody, again. For the second time in 2 weeks, the U.S. has lost an unmanned spy plane over Iraq. Iraq claims it shot down the remote-controlled Predator aircraft near Basra in the southern no-fly zone. U.S. Military officials, however, say they lost contact with the plane, but they cannot confirm that it was shot.
For additional tax cuts?
He sure has. In fact, if you can believe it, this morning, he's already been asked about it. Before dawn this morning, he was out jogging. Reporters said, how about more tax cuts? He said, I'm not going to talk about it now, but he did hit. He might talk about it later today.
And one member of that committee is former First Lady Hillary Rodham Clinton. Now here's Tom Brokaw with a look at what's coming up tonight on NBC Nightly News.
Thanks, Ann. Tonight, 3 numbers that could save your life. 911, 190 million calls each year, but you won't believe the problems we found.
You have tired of waiting outside in the summer heat or driving rain to see the U.S. Capitol.
Soon you won't have to. CNN has an inside look at the Visitor Center renovations. And a little bit later, the...
Whatever you do, do not open that door. There's another bit right there from Gene Wilder. Peter Boyle with Love and Ray Romano. Great show as well. And Everybody Loves Raymond. Watch it flying out here on American Airlines. Let's show you what's going on around the country.
Mr. Roker, Al, it is such a pretty morning, isn't it?
Perfect fall morning, yeah. Although it's not fall yet, so it's still a perfect summer morning. And good advice.
Miles and miles of sunshine. Miles Davis. We're going to put Miles out there today. Nice as it can be across the Northeast. Rough seas still from the chop from that hurricane. But other than that, it's kind of quiet around the country. We like quiet. It's quiet. Yeah. It's too quiet. That's a quick.
And we have learned a couple of things this morning. In fact, we're starting a new feature. First of all, we've noticed that for some reason, several people in our audience have worn various shades of purple. Just by coincidence, did you all call each other and plan this?
No.
No. And even Eddie, come here, is on our crew. He's wearing purple as well. And Jeremy is also wearing a shade of purple.
Thanks so much for coming in, and best of luck with your project. The anthology, once again, is called The Long Road to Freedom.
Thank you, Katie.
Looks wonderful. Up next, a new look at billionaire Howard Hughes. But first, this is Today on NBC.
You after all that cheese, and we know you like Chipotle.
Right, and then you're going to put turkey and onions. I'm going to tell you something when we come back, Sam.
Okay.
All right, hang on. We're going to take a break right here. 47 past the hour. Back after this.
But isn't in America and in politics, isn't spinning? What is spinning, Charlie?
Well, spinning is getting out your point of view, trying to put your interpretation on something.
Right. So do you think there is a lot of spinning done in politics? And
America pageant, but this year things are different. Contestants will be quizzed on current events, U.S. history, and government. 10 of the 51 contestants got a preview. Among the questions, naming the current vice president and knowing what happened December 7th, 1941. 2 contestants didn't know Dick Cheney was the vice president, and 4 missed the bombing of Pearl Harbor.
Is news for months. If every Capitol Hill scandal merits weeks of coverage, how much attention do 2.5 million dead merit? It's a story we should have brought you long ago.
Looks like Babyface forgot his razor.
A definite new look for you. What are you going for?
What am I going for?
Of Congo. 3 years, 2.5 million dead. We thought you should know.
we want to tell you what we know as we know it, but we just got a report.
He was absolutely the most amazing man that America has ever created, ever.
Okay, I have got to interrupt you right now.
Sorry.
Richard Hack, thank you very much. We appreciate the book is called Hughes. We want to go live right now and show you a picture of the World Trade Center, where I understand, do we have it? No, we do not.
Louise, welcome.
We have a breaking story, though. We're going to come back with that in just a moment. First, this is Today on NBC.
Okay, so what we doing here? Can y'all see what I am showing y'all? You know, I'm just showing y'all the connections. Did anybody hear that frequency? I was wondering about that. I don't put nothing past these people at this point. What was going on there? It's one of them sound weapons. Start setting people off. So do y'all see what's happening? It's a move, and it's a strategic move. Let me see. Okay, so it's a strategic move to show you what they want you to see. However, still actually kind of giving you some insight on what they're actually doing. How sinister? How sinister is that? You see what I'm saying? Like, but when you hold so much control over the people and what the people can adjust. Prime example, they shut off my broadcast, right? Because they want to control the narrative. And anytime that they are having intelligent Black folks in one space and broadening that space, they go on alert, straight up alert. Like I said, this is a small platform. What the hell is YouTube caring about what I'm doing on this little broadcast here? Well, I hope y'all go back and see for yourself what the issue is. I tie things together. You know what I mean? It's funny. I said I'm a strategic speaker, and shortly after that, bloop. Oh man, hashtag New Black Media, the grassroots and the world court. Here we are. Moving on to the future. So, they are extremely sensitive. Extremely sensitive. Well, when it comes to us, let's be fair there. So let me get this, because this is be the longest clip I'll be playing. I will dissect this, and then we will close this broadcast out.
So I promise you.
Okay, so this is a seminar, a web seminar, or not web seminar, it's a text seminar. So this is not a movie. Once again, this is real. So there's no reason to.
Nothing that I show you today is going to be an illusion. So with that, again, my name is Justin Sanchez, and I'm a neurotechnologist by training. And like was just said, I was at my lab at the University of Miami, and I got a call out of the blue. At the other end of the phone, there's a person that says, we need you to come immediately to Washington, D.C. and come to DARPA. And that's really where the whole story begins. So what is DARPA? DARPA is the high-tech research branch of the Pentagon. And
okay, I want y'all to, if you can, for those, y'all might want to write some of this stuff down, just start doing some thinking for yourself. Did you hear what he said? DARPA, okay? He just told you what he was and where he's from.
And I'm currently the office director in the Biological Technologies Office. And like many of my other colleagues that are at DARPA, my journey to the agency was an opportunity to expand the impact of the work that I was doing in neurotechnology, find new avenues that it could be applied. And I was thinking very deeply about this problem. I was thinking very deeply about the brain. I've always been interested in the brain, but not just from the medical sense. I always wanted to use engineering, apply it to the brain to deepen our understanding of the brain, and then try to find new applications of what we could do with the brain. So whether it's the work that I did in the past or the work that I'm currently doing at DARPA, the goal has always been the same: develop new technologies that enable humans to use their brains to change the way that they interact with others and interact with the world. And while I'm at DARPA, we're thinking very deeply about national security, but what I'm going to show you today is that a lot of the technologies that we're developing go well beyond national security and actually are going to challenge us as humans. So,
first off, let me tell you something. They're never gonna be putting money and investing into something that is going to not focus on national security. That's straight hogwash. So, yeah, that's the main focus, but also look at something else. His job is to see how biotechnology could work with the brain. But he's saying, you know, this would just common sense. Is this technology that they would put in every human being's possession? Or would they want to have possession of every human being through this process? I'm just asking questions here. You know, it's good money. It's good business, isn't it? See, we're talking news and politics and education here. That's money. You know, like the Matrix, right? Wasn't that the premises of the Matrix? You had their minds consumed over here while you were using them as batteries.
DARPA got its beginnings in 1958. This is when we started pushing the envelope of things, and that's when in our country we learned about Sputnik, right? The Soviet Union had Sputnik, and the leaders in our country were totally caught off guard by this. And they said, we could never be caught off guard ever again. So the agency was formed with a singular mission, breakthrough technologies, and the agency takes risks where others, like in industry or other parts of government, are unwilling to take risks. Okay, so we set off on our mission, and we were trying to make these breakthrough technologies. Now, along the way, we said, okay, if we understand very deeply the science and technology associated with these kinds of breakthroughs, we not only can predict the surprises that may be anywhere in the world, but we can also create a few surprises of our own. Now, while we've been doing this over a vast number of years, one of the things that did emerge from all of our work is it's not the technology alone that makes all the difference. It's how the people of the world use the technology that we develop, okay? That's the fundamental game changer in all of this. And a terrific example of all of that is the smartphone. So all of you probably have one or maybe even two smartphones in your pocket, and you may not know that a lot of the technology that's in the smartphone has its roots in DARPA. So Herb mentioned the internet, GPS, which enables us to find our phones or locate where those phones are. The touch screen that's on your phone that enables you to interact with it, that was a DARPA development. The accelerometer that's in the phone that enables you to change the orientation of the screen as you rotate the phone. Siri, also a DARPA technology development. And all of those aspects, again, while they had their roots in national security, came together in this small device, and it changes the way that we perceive our world and the way that we interact with our world.
Okay. Now, for some of y'all who have actually had conversations with me, what did I tell you? See, a lot of people wouldn't think I know what I know because I look how I look. I get it. That makes sense. But, you know, at this point, there's people who will probably won't even call me to ask me no questions right now because you don't want to know the answer. But if that sounds scary, well, it's because it should be, because it is. It's the, like, okay, put it to you like this. Like Malcolm X said, the difference between the fox and the wolf. They both have the same objective. And right now, people are starting to see the fox for who the fox really is. Fox is the same thing as the wolf. Their tactics are just different. And one main tactic of this wicked beast, the great Satan, as other world leaders have put it, that's the greatest tactic. So, you know, they use it. Deception, 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 deception. So yes, it's going to be scary because this is who we are up against. And that's what a lot of people are starting to wake up. There are some that may take things serious, more serious than others. I would advise anybody in their right mind. That's why I'm giving it in a practical sense, with letting you hear it from the government's mouth themselves. He told you where he was from. Now, this is 2017. Don't let these. Okay, Queen Amadai did a broadcast yesterday about a brother who micro influencer, and I retweeted something he said about how these people weren't funded. So I actually retweeted him in my broadcast. Maybe that's why all of a sudden I'm getting this attention, because they pay people to do this. Some people could probably refer to them as agents. I'm not necessarily saying they are one. I'm just saying that people could probably refer to them as one. I mean, who knows? Allegedly. Possibly. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay? Now, what I'm going to show you today is not the smartphone. I'm going to show you a new way that we're developing technology to interact with the world for the future. And that's really the technology of the brain. Now, the brain is an amazing organ.
Yes.
When it functions, there are millions and millions of neurons that become active, and they send signals not only to their neighbors, but also to very different parts of the brain. So to a person like me, the brain is not a black box. The brain's not just this goop in between your ears. It's a very intricate and elegant signaling of all of these neurons and how they evolve over time. And what we've done at DARPA is develop the technology in order to sense these signals in real time, or even write signals into the brain.
Oh.
And today I'm going to show you a few examples of what that technology is. And
did you hear what he just said? Be able to write, real time write stuff into people's brains. Woo! All right, I hope y'all seeing this. Because I ain't making this up. This dude himself, Mr. Sanchez, he told you he was from the Pentagon, from the DARPA program. He is the operator of it. And he has told you the things that we use, which I have in my possession, I'm using right now. We are watching me on these said products that he was part of. Now, for some of y'all who know, I told y'all that I was part of this initial project that he's talking about. I explicitly told you who was involved. That's how I know that some of the players involved today is just through what he's talking about right now. And he's new. So he was like, this is not a new thing. When I was on the scene was in the mid to late 90s. So about 96, 90, 95, 96-ish. That's when I was, early. So I've been talking this for a minute. So this is what I'm saying. I hope for those of y'all who've been actually fooling with me, who know me and been talking to me over me for 30 years or so, you seeing what I was telling you back then? Oh, man, that sounds crazy. This would never be. Okay. People say, well, why would you say no to certain things? Because there were certain people's agendas that I just wasn't okay with. I can just put it that way, to stay in a safe space. But hey, the cat's out the bag now, so I mean, shit, ain't nothing I can really say that y'all don't already have access to. Only thing I'm doing is just pointing you in the directions like, oh no, this person knows this person. That's all I'm doing. Which again, they've already put this information out. So I mean, I'm not revealing no secrets.
and how it actually came to be. Now, what's really important in all of this is that at DARPA, when we think about the brain, we think about the people we serve. So make no mistake about it, we're a part of the Department of Defense, and we serve military personnel. Now, the part that really struck me so much when I came to DARPA was how hard a job these military personnel have to protect our freedoms, protect our families, and protect our way of life. So again, when we think about the brain, we...
Okay. This is a kind of a slight use of a code word, because just take out soldier and replace soldier with race soldier. So what do they want to know about what affects them? They probably want to know how to control what affects them. Pay attention to these little subtle things you are hearing people say over and over and over again in the media. Pay attention to what these politicians are saying, who are actually pushing discrimination and separation and division amongst American citizens. Over the person who I know from this, the snake oil salesman, the most racist individual I have ever came in contact with in my life. Like I say, if you don't believe me, Google that man's name and see if a picture with him and a black person ever surfaced. And I'm talking foundational black American besides Dr. Kizzy. Show me one he knows. Show me a black friend from college. Yeah, prove me wrong. Rashana Morrison, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so I'm gonna play a little more.
Think about their job,
y'all
control complex systems or learn complex tasks. They're under unbelievable stress. And then ultimately, a lot of these people make the ultimate sacrifice and actually get injured. And some of our most early programs at DARPA have been to develop neurotechnology to restore those people back to their more whole self or their more natural self. Okay, so think of direct interfaces to the brain to enable somebody to move again after they've been paralyzed in service of the country. Okay, now what we've learned along the way in all of that is that those discoveries, right, those technologies are opening the door to a whole new set of possibilities for the future. Okay, so how do we do all of this? So this may be your first time hearing about a direct neural interface. And in the middle of the screen up there is actually an example of one of the types of neural interfaces that we're using in humans today. So this is a sensor array. It's about 4 by 4 millimeters.
Look at that.
And on this sensor array, there are 96 sensors. Each one of the tips on that little array can detect between 1 and 3 neurons in your brain. All right? And we have the technology in order to identify those neurons, amplify their activity. There's minuscule signals actually happening in your brain. We can send those signals into a computer, and that computer can interpret what all of those signals actually mean when you're thinking about trying to do something.
Okay. There's a few little movie references wrapped up in what he just said. I just ended with a kind of a slight hint towards the Minority Report. So they would use this to determine if you might go off the rails at some point in time. I hope y'all understand. I keep telling y'all, it ain't about your damn health. It's about control, power. Money is least of all at this point, because the one thing more valuable than any dollar is you. All the riches in the world can never possess a soul. But you. If we're talking about one who hates nature, who hates the creation of themselves, hates their creator. How much more would this person hate the children of that said creator? And I ain't trying to sound like a preacher. I am just speaking common sense. Unapologetically black ADOS. Hello, hello, welcome. They are trying to reprogram us. Absolutely. Gabriel allude. So what we doing here? Left or right, mostly? I don't understand your question, Gabriel. We're not left nor right. We are black first. Can you figure out a lane from that? Because I really don't know that question. That sounds like one of those, because I don't speak politics of one side or the other. I speak a black agenda here. So clearly you're new, and your question is kind of irrelevant to the topic. But hey, make sure you like and share this video. Oh, so what do we do? Left or right or mostly? You might be headed towards a concentration camp. How about that? You happy about that? Got a joke? When they say you ain't going here or you ain't going there, one way or the other, free America, got some jokes? Huh? Very fair, I guess. Mostly gauging things. Yeah. The best way to do is just sit and listen. You know. I got a plethora of videos on here right now. We're building this channel. I welcome everybody. I'm not against adverse opinions, but here is an intelligent space, so we don't do a lot of getting off topic, if you feel me. So with this topic today, speaking about the prepare for dawn. This is obviously going to be split up because this is between two broadcasts, but oh well. Gotta do what we gotta do. Let me try to play something here. Right before I go. Because again, boy, oh boy, oh boy, you see how they tripping on me. Like I said, we're a small platform, but we definitely got the attention of a few. So with that being said, we're going to rock it out as we do anyway. You did? Oh, yes, indeed. Let's see. Can I find... Where is that at? Okay. So as they're talking about how your mind works and whatnot, you know, we got to learn how to operate in a higher vibrational state. Let's see. Get this in. All right. I'm trying to get something queued up for y'all. Okay. Okay. So understanding how the brain works. Let me get this ready for y'all. People understand how the brain works. So they want to make sure they intercept your thinking so they can control. You know what I mean? And see, that's why I definitely will never be in the left or right conversation here. This is a people first place. People are people first. That's where people have gotten lost in the muck and mire of absolute chaos. We identify as foundational Black Americans. I myself have even more deeper identifications. I can't put that on anyone else, but one thing we are here is a Black first space. So we have our foundational Black American family right here, and then we also have the family abroad. So with that being said, it's all black, black, bliggity black. And that's where it's at over here all the time. So if this fits your cup of tea, by all means, welcome, welcome, welcome. You are tuned in to a space where truth is spoken. You know what I mean? Oh, that's not truth is spoken, shared freely, not charging anybody for it. But if you want to, you definitely could put, a donation on it. That is always welcomed. Get this back. So let me get that off screen so I can play this here because I just want to show you something. I showed you from the way that DARPA is looking at you. And so I want you to see how you should look at you. Because, see, they understand how your mind works. You need to understand how your mind works. You did? Let me see here. Let me make that bigger. And then we add this. Oh, and by the way, I absolutely do have permission to play these videos given to me from the Queen's mouth herself. So there's that. Judah Queen, can you please put the link to this in the chat?
Just different signs from the universe. You may be thinking about someone and that
Signs
person
are
calls
moving
you.
to a new
Synchronicity.
vibration.
You'll start to experience that when you're more in tune with the frequency of the universe. Now, more feelings of positivity, peacefulness, and calmness. Yes, you will have more of these things because the more you elevate yourself and evolve, you become more positive because you rise above the low vibrational ways of thinking and living. And you become more at peace and you can just be calm and you don't have to worry and stress yourself to death. And the things that people are saying about you negatively no longer impact you because you don't care what they think. You're positive and you're not going to engage in the negative, low vibrational things that some people will try to get you to engage in because you've risen above that. You rise above emotions. Now, you'll experience moments of overwhelming love and gratitude. Yes, you'll be more appreciative of the things and the people that you have in your life. You'll be grateful. When you pray, you won't just pray to God to ask for things. You'll actually start to pray to thank the Most High for things that you have been given. You will discover new spiritual gifts. Absolutely. You'll start to realize that you have things like premonitions, intuitiveness. You know things before they actually occur, right? You may start all of a sudden having dreams that come true. You start to notice your spiritual gifts. You've always had them, but it's only at this point when you start to discover them because you've elevated yourself to a higher level of thinking. Now, you'll find it easier to discipline yourself to achieve goals and dreams. Yes, a focused person, an awakened person, a person who has unplugged from the matrix, a person who is now evolving and raising their stages and levels of consciousness will be more disciplined. You'll be able to eat a clean diet. You'll be able to drink more water, more willing to exercise. You'll be working harder towards your goals and dreams because now you see the big picture.
All right, and I will stop it right there. See, this is my point. This is what the government has been working on circumventing. Moving into this new vibration, the dawn, which just the dawn, meaning the light after the dark. Are y'all feeling me? I hope y'all understand. You were meant to be that light. And, you know, I say this to my melanated people, and there are melanated family that may lack pigment. We test the spirits by the spirit here. So I don't necessarily get caught up in the colorism. I fully understand uh, when you scatter a people, people's bloodlines can get intermixed. That's true. However, family's family. So with that being said, you test the spirits by the spirit. Anything outside of that you might want to let go, because all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Better know that, you know. So with that, I wanted to make sure I put this together for you, and I just wanted to show you why they are so hell bent on getting things into you. Because see, as you, they have already understood they are on the clock. So they have to make sure that any roadblock that they can put in front of you to keep you from realizing your real, true potential in this universe, they have to stop. And they would, let's just keep it real. Is it not in their best interest to do that? Because if they don't, how could they have any power? We have to be overly contained for everyone else on the planet to contend with us. Don't tell me about what we don't influence. Don't tell me about what we don't worry about globally. That's peasant-minded talk. We are of a higher calling here, and we are not looking low. We're looking high. So with that being said, please go back and look at the first half of this broadcast, because clearly it's two parts now. But it is what it is. Hopefully that's still up. I hope you guys got what I was saying. This is only the beginning, only the first part. But I wanted to make sure I wrote this one in good, so we get a good start to go forward and expose these demons for the demons that they are, because we know who Satan is. I ain't talking about the man in the pointy-eared red suit with the pitchfork. No. That ain't the one I'm talking about. You know, although some might be able to get so upset they could get that red. With that being said, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall and let us rise. And you can follow me at Instagram, beatzillapdx, Twitter, beatzillapdx, Facebook, beatzillapdx, Patreon, beatzillapdx official, and on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. You can also email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket by dropping a donation on this platform, you definitely can. All gifts and donations are welcome, and greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for those who have already donated and those who will donate in the future. Thank you. Many blessings to you. And you could do so at CashApp $beatzillapdx. That's CashApp $beatzillapdx. And with that being said, I hope y'all have a blessed weekend. Very much so. Please like and share these videos. Subscribe to this channel so you get all your notifications. hopefully, you guys are getting your notifications. As you can see, YouTube is on my tab. This is how we roll over here anyway. So, I mean, till the wheels fall off, baby. With that being said, y'all, we know how we do and what needs to be said. Always stay safe, stay vigilant. We are on a moon interval this weekend, so be mindful of that while you're out and about, moving and shaking and having to interact with the world, who may not be operating on the same high vibrational frequency as you. So be mindful of that. Sometimes people need you to think for them. You understand me, family? Don't get caught up in no bullshit. With that being said, as we do, shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is,
Yes, sir.
you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth.
Yes.
See, that's what you throw.
Yes, right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knocked out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.